Happy New Year. I know it's New Year's for you already. All right, let me just get my thing up here. Hi, Steph. Happy New Year. Hello, hello. Hi, Dustin. Yay. So, hopefully everyone is ready to ring in the new year. Yay. It's early January 1st, 2019. Yay. Good, good, good. I know I was talking to someone in India today, and it was, afternoon, and they were already in 2019, which I think is so funny to me. I'm always like, you're living in the future, and I'm living in the past. I'm lying in bed already. I don't blame you, Steph. I don't know if I will make it much past midnight tonight either. I usually stay up till like quarter after. Then I'm like, okay, that's enough. Time to go to sleep now. Happy New Year. Yay. I can't believe that it is that time of year again, though. I have to say, this year has been great, but it has gone by really quickly. Really quickly. Hello. Oh my goodness, we have lots. Okay. Family Wizard. Okay, Family Wizard, please tell me again what your name is, because when I was on with Rosie's video, I thought, oh shoot, I can't remember it again. And I know I've asked you before. So yours is like the next one on my list to learn. So could you tell me again, please? So I can hopefully get it. I'll get there eventually. You know, Mom Squirrel has to do it slowly, one at a time. James. And you know what? Maddie says it all the time, and I'm always like, I wonder who he's talking to. I'll get it, I promise. All right. So Steph, Alexa, James, Family Wizard, James, Lillian. Hi, Lillian. Thomas and Andrea, Louise. Put my glasses back on. You've started drinking already. Yay! Oh, I have Kahlua. I forgot I have Kahlua in the freezer still. Yay! I'm Louise. Shut up, Brad. You do not fool me, mister. I still have over 6 hours. Wow. Hi, Marcia. Welcome, welcome. Welcome, everyone. That is so great. My name is Susan. Ha, ha, ha. You do not fool me either. Nice try, though, Dustin. The fact, Dustin, that you have one of my son's names means that I'll never forget yours. So, sorry, you're in trouble. It's the new year already in the UK. Yay! Happy New Year. Hi, Michelle. My name is... Yep. Henry VIII I am. Yay! All right. So, first of all, I wanted to say that it is, wait, according to Maddie, my name is Regina. Oh, yes, that's right. Regina. Bottle of wine. I know. I'm going to have to go down and get my Kahlua. I hope I have almond milk or something. I bet my aunt does if I don't. So I can make a White Russian or at least a Kahlua and cream. Thank you. Hi, Caroline. Okay. As I crack my knuckles. Sorry if that bothers you people, but I've done it since birth. Hi, Hexen. I love you, sweetheart. Happy New Year. I've got whiskey. Yeah. Unless it's really good scotch, I'm not into the whiskey. And it has to be, I can't remember. My son gives me, it's like super, really good. It starts with a G, and it has moss in it or something, and it's so good. Hi, Ange. But unless it's that, I'm not. I have Mountain Dew. There you go, Steph. That's more my pace usually. Love to pop my knuckles. Me too. My fingers feel tight if I don't do that. And I know there's an old wives' tale that says that it gives you arthritis. It's not true. It's not true at all. Hi, Carmen. Happy New Year. Okay, so Jack Daniels. Yay. Feliz Año Nuevo. Did I say even close to right? I took French. I never even took Spanish, so that's a total guess. But Happy New Year to you too. Strawberry margaritas, yum. Okay, so a couple things. First of all, I did want to say, I know people are talking about their card of the year. Jim Beam. I can't. It is correct in Spanish. Perfect. I can't deal with whiskey unless it's like really good scotch. It has to be like way too expensive scotch. If you have ice cream, make polar bears. Yes, so people are talking about their card of the year. And I just wanted to make sure that you all knew how to do that. Because I know that a lot of people don't say it. They just say, oh, my card of the year is, and you don't really know how to do it. And I swear I had a pen out like 2 seconds ago. So do you all know how to do it? Do I not need to do this? Or is there people, usually I assume that people don't want to ask because they feel like if everybody else knows that that they should know too. But I just wanted to make sure that everyone knew how to do it so you know what your card of the year is. There's a couple different ways to do it, but if you go by the Mary Greer, then not that one is correct over the other, but if you go by the Mary Greer version, then that means, hi, Maddie, that that it won't be necessarily one card up every year. It changes once in a while. So my birthday, you go by your birthday. So my birthday is September 26th, and it doesn't matter the year. So 9/26 or 26/9, depending on how you do it. So you do 9 plus 26. And then plus the current year. No, plus the new year. So plus 2019. So 20 and that's 10, 12. I figured this out before. No, mine is 11. Why are you saying 9? Did I do my math wrong again? Hold on. 26, 2019 plus 9, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 3, 4, 5, 0. So mine is 2054. And then it equals out to, then you keep going. So then it's 2 plus 5 plus 4 is 11. And as long as hi Dave, as long as that number is under 23, so 22 or under, then that is the number of your tarot card for the year. Yes, card of the year. So mine, funny enough, being a Libra whose favorite card is Justice, is Justice. So my card of the year for this year is Justice. So yay! Does everybody got it? Jen, your birthday is one day after me, not before. Ah, I see. Whoops. That's okay. So does everybody understand yours is the devil? Ooh, you bad boy, Maddie. Strength. Yay. What did I miss? Card of the year. Little Dandelion. Dave was Judgment. That could be a good year. Hi, Molly. Little Dandelion, card of the year. You take your birthday. So if you can see, hopefully you can see, mine is September 26th. So 9/26. So 9 plus 26 plus 2019, because this year coming up is 2019. I sent you a message on Facebook. When you get a chance, I will. Thank you, Ange. Sometimes those messages get lost, or I think if I miss enough of them, it like goes down so I don't see it. So if I'm at work and like 5 people message me, then it only shows like the top 4 or something weird like that. So 9 plus 26 plus 2019. So, and then, which is 2054. And then you go 2 plus 5 plus 4 is 11. And if it is that number, that 11 number or whatever you have, if that number is under 23, so 22 or below, then you stay with that number. If that number is 23 or 24 or 25, you keep going. So then it would be 3 plus 2 is 5. So 22, the number 22 turns into 0, which is the Fool card. So that's a good thing. That's a new beginnings. And the year itself is 3 for all of us. Exactly. What's the 11th card? It's Justice. You're just like me, Tom. Nice knowing you, Jack. All right. So what do we have? You got the Hanged Man. That's okay. That means you're going to, it's going to be a self-sacrificing year, but you get to look at things a lot differently. Wheel of Fortune. Good, good. Yeah, I've been waiting on help with cutting cords. Rachel, oh my goodness. I'm telling you, I have to say, first of all, that's one of my themes for this live is that I know I have dropped the balls tremendously the end of this year. And all I can say is that work went absolutely insane the end of the year. So I apologize to all the people that I have dropped the ball. Now that that is over, work is supposed to straighten out a little bit, although they gave me my January schedule and it's a little wonky, but that's okay. I can deal with wonky. I cannot very well apparently deal with the crap that they handed me the last 3 months. But I will be catching up now because I have a lot of things that I'm behind on for people and for, the channel and for a lot of things. So, okay, I'm planning on moving the Hanged Man is right on. Perfect. There you go. Same, if I add it differently, I get 21. So, and you can add it either way, but if you do it the way I just said, that's Mary Greer's method, the tarot goddess there, Mary Greer. And that is so that it doesn't just move up a card every year. There's certain, like every 10 years it changes. So I got Strength. Perfect. Are we pulling cards for the new year right now? Well, I was thinking about it. There's lots of different New Year's spreads. That's one of the things. The Fool I meant. Perfect. Perfect. New stuff. New stuff all the time. So hopefully, is there anybody that's having a hard time still that doesn't know how to do it or that wants help with doing it? Hi, Johnny. How are you, sweetie? 15 is the devil. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. 15 is the devil card. And so if you do not know what your card means and you want us to do like a little bit more in-depth study, we can always do that in the new year here. The devil card, your card is 10. Okay, 10 is the Wheel of Fortune. So that's good. Yes, I just got here and I'm confused. Okay. Well, let me go over it again real quick. This is the card of the year. This is Mary K. Greer, who writes all kinds of tarot books and stuff. That's okay, honey. 15 is the devil card, Helen. Why is 22 the Fool? Because there's no 0. There's no way to get a 0. And there's 22 major arcana cards. 22, and I'm holding up 3. There's 22 major arcana cards. So it goes 1 through 21. And then we know that the Fool can be placed either at the end or in the beginning. And that's because it's all about new beginnings. It's about the end of something and then starting a new path, a new beginning for something new. You are welcome. So how do you figure out, honey, your card of the year? It is your month and day of birth. So mine is September 26th. So you add 9 plus 26 or whatever yours is, and then plus 2019. Full or happy squirrel, right? Yay, happy squirrel for 22. So, and then mine turned out to be 2054. So then you add those numbers together, and I got 11. And if your number is under 23, so if it is 22 or under, you stop there. You stop at that higher number. If it is 23 or over, then you need to break it down one more time. I think we did mine wrong. Still new to it, so I'm hoping it's good. I'm sure it's good. Brad, what's yours again? I missed it. Oh crap, 7 is the Chariot. That's okay, Steph. That's good. That means you're going to be in control. Don't forget, 7, the Chariot, is all about control. You're all controlled. You are going to be in control of your own destiny. So if you want a great year, you can make it a great year. But you have to do it, you know, well. You get justice too, Stephen? Woohoo! My justice brother. My birthday is 12/15, so I did know. So you're going to do 12 plus 15 plus 2019. 16. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 20. So 12. Dave, you are the Hanged Man. Control that shit, my friend. That's right. So the Devil card. Somebody was asking about the Devil card. They got the Devil card for their year. And what does that mean for you? 8 is strength. The Devil card, what does that mean? That means that you're going to have to watch out this year that you are not a doormat. The Devil is about somebody is trying to control you, is kind of hanging over you. There's either addiction issues. Sometimes there's addiction issues. I'm not saying that's you. I'm just saying that you could be dealing with someone with addiction issues, or someone is trying to obsessively control how you run your life. And so you're going to have to be aware of that. Sometimes it depends on your age. Sometimes your parents are controlling your life and there's not a whole lot you can do about that. If you're under 18, that's kind of the way it is. Sometimes it is a boyfriend or a significant other, and you have to make sure that you self-sacrifice before change can occur. That's right. Make sure that you can walk your own path, and nobody can tell you that it's time for you to do that. There's, you know, sometimes it's kind of nice to have somebody that will just tell you what to do. I've had years of my life where I just sat back and went, okay, this is what you want me to do? Okay, that's fine. And that might be okay for you for right now. It might be you kind of need a break from controlling everything, and maybe somebody is going to be doing that. It also can just mean that you need to step up and say, whoa, everybody, it's time to learn how to say no, because I need to be me this year. 11 is justice in RWS decks. That's right. Yes. And 11 and 8 are interchangeable. It depends on if you're doing Marseille style decks or if you're, I always go by RWS because that's what I read with. If someone has 12 as their birth month, would that be 12 or 1 plus 2? It's 12. Thank you, Catherine. What is your advice for Hanged Man? My advice for Hanged Man. So, you know, Hanged Man is, I know people are like, oh, self-sacrifice, self-sacrifice. Hanged Man is a great card, though. Hanged Man is, did somebody say, how did I go off here? Somebody kept saying a number. Oh, 18. 18 is the moon, honey. Hanged Man, I don't know if I can find it, is, yes, a card of self-sacrifice, but don't forget, look at his face. Does he seem worried, upset, or in any way not ready to do this sacrifice? Not in any way. And it's not something that bothers him so much that he is worried about it. So it's not something you have to worry about. What it does mean is this may be a year, and what I always think of, if I had the Hangman this year, I would say, oh, okay, well, you know what? This year is the year that I have to get through this job that, you know, it's a job. I like it, but it's not where my heart is. It's not what I want to do. But maybe this year I have to kind of self-sacrifice. I have to self-sacrifice to get what I want. You have to do what you have to do. My husband used to tell my boys all the time, you have to do what you have to do in order to get what you want. And sometimes it's a year of, I got to do what I have to do. It's not horrible. It's not the worst thing in the world. But ultimately, this is not where I want my life to be. But for this year, it might be okay. It might be this is where I need to be. I know I'm missing tons of stuff here, guys. Sorry. Catherine, yes, compute your card number, your date of birth. So mine is September 26th. So you are adding up 9 plus 26 and then the year 2019. And then it turned out to be 2054 for me. Then I added 2 plus 5 plus 11. And if that number is under 23, if it's 22 or under, that's your card. If it is 23 or over, you need to break it down one more time. Okay, so did we get that? Now, who else has questions? Advice for strength. Strength is a great year card. Strength would be the star. I'm so jealous, Selkie. I don't remember, since I've been pagan, I don't remember ever having the star. The star is like your wish year, your hope year, your, yay. I posted a funny pic in Jen's group of failed as it looked like a large elephant condom on my head. Yes, I remember that. Strength, though, is inner strength. If you look at most strength cards, the thing that I get from the strength card is always how effortlessly, my whole deck is going to fall. Hold on one second. How effortlessly she is opening that lion's mouth. And so what does that mean? That means she has inner strength. She has the inner strength to just will this lion's mouth open. So it's going to be a year of building strength for yourself, of stepping forward into whatever your truth is this year, of, you know, maybe looking around and saying, where can I stand on my own? You know, maybe it has been a time lately of self-sacrifice or allowing other people to kind of say which direction your life is going. Well, it might be a time this year, maybe a time of saying, I want some things. There's some truths that I need to step forward into, that it's time for me to figure out what my inner strengths are. What cards am I using? These cards, this is the Borderless Rider-Waite Centennial Edition that I use a lot when we're teaching here, because I love the Rider-Waite deck, but it allows people to see the images a little bit better. So who else? Is there anyone else that needed help with what theirs was last year? So the method I used last year gives me 20 for judgment. This method gives me 11 justice. Yay! The moon card. The moon card, James. I'm getting it, I swear. And your card is justice too. Woohoo! All right. Hold on. Let me get the moon card out. So if your card is 18, you have the moon. I love the moon card. The moon card is not always an easy year. Now, I'll warn you ahead of time. It doesn't mean it's going to be a bad year, but But it does mean that there is some searching in shadow work kind of stuff going on this year. So it may be that it is time to, what happened when you come out with 28? Then you break it down one more time. So that'll be 10, which is Wheel of Fortune. Totally lost where I was. Sorry. The Moon card is about searching in the shadows. So it is time to do some real in-depth work with yourself. It is a time now. I love the Moon. So when I see the Moon card, I always see it as a great time of introspection, of trusting my own self, of taking what I know to be true, my intuition, and using that more than I would have before, of trusting your voice, of really looking inward this year and saying, what kind of person am I? So that's not terrible. What kind of person has such shitty internet? All right. Anyways, I just opened mine, the original Rider-Waite, but they're the same. Yes, but mine is borderless. Exactly. Exactly the same. So what kind of person do I want to be? Is there things that I have been kind of hiding that I want to bring out into the light and change or look at differently? That is the Moon. So get in touch with the Moon. Too many shady people and situations around. Everything needs to be double checked. That's true. That's true. It is a card where you have to really look at who you have around you. And I take it, though, as intuition. Really start to listen to your intuition. Really start listening to that inner voice, which for me is funny. I talk about my guardians all the time, that they really are hitting me over the head half the time because I don't really listen very well to them, which I see part of as, you know, my inner voice, my intuition. And I very often will just ignore them. And I'm sure they're like walking around like, oh my gosh, are you kidding me? I have put these million potholes in your road and you're just going to keep walking through them. And I'm like, yes, God damn it, I'm getting through this road. Chariot card. Let's look at the Chariot card. There's some people out there who have Chariot, and then I know people were asking for Justice too, which is my card. I love my Justice card, people. 2018 was the wheel for me. That makes sense. I got married and bought a house. Look at the, yeah, beautiful. I got 11 Justice. My husband got 5 the Hierophant. Ooh, someday I hope to be the Hierophant. Okay, Chariot. So here we have the Chariot. You're welcome, James. The Chariot card is all about control. You have the control to make it however you want to be. You have the inner strength needed. You have the knowledge needed to make these horses or these sphinxes go in whatever direction you want them to go. Now, I, of course, don't have the deck out that I want, which is Darkness of Light. I swear I had that deck out. In the Darkness of Light deck, it is literal horses. And she is has a bow and arrow, and is galloping on this horse and is ready to strike something with the bow and arrow. So the amount of control, when I think of the amount of control and poise and presence she needs to be galloping on this horse to get to strike whatever it is she's aiming at, you have that in you this year. This year is your year to take it where you want it to go. Now, that doesn't mean big, huge things if you don't want big, huge things. It could be a year that you're like, whew, finally, I'm going to control myself into a potbelly, sitting on the couch, chip eating kind of year. And that's okay too. You have the control to take it wherever you want it to be. So don't forget that. That's right. You have the control. Hi, Ben. How are you? I haven't seen you in a while. You have the control to take this year wherever you want it to go. It could be a huge year. If you want it to be a huge year, make it happen. If you want it to be a relaxed, I'm just going to coast through this year, do that too. You're welcome. Justice. Let me talk about justice real quick. There's quite a few people, including me, who have justice this year. What the hell am I looking for? Oh, I'm putting Chariot back. Hold on. So justice is the year of balance. As a Libra, boy, I have been waiting for this year my entire life, because my best years are when things are in balance. So we are going to be able to balance home life and work life, spiritual life and logic centered kind of life. Everything about the year is in balance. And if it's not in balance, then justice will take over. I'll get to the wheel of the year, I promise. I see you, Caroline and Leland. If it's not in balance, then this card says it's time to make it in balance. It is time to, sometimes we have to go out there and fight for the justice, fight for the balance that we feel is necessary. So that doesn't, again, that's, here we go. This is the good and bad of the year. We all have good times and bad times every year. So it's really about how we want to look at this card. This justice card can say, if we want things to be in balance, awesome. It should be able to happen that way. We should be able to balance out the things that we need with the things that we want. The work life with the home and spiritual life. The playtime and the work time. The good things in life with the things that need to happen. Hi, Sherry Bug. All right, Molly. Happy New Year, honey. And for me, when I see the Justice card, to me, because I'm a Libra, it's always a call to action. For me, it's always, okay, what cause out there am I looking for this year to say, time for me to step up again? I'm a big activist person. I need to go out there and march for the issues that I feel are important. I march for people that I feel are vulnerable. I march for situations that have come up with this idiot administration. Like the fact that they still don't believe climate change is real. And are deregulating everything on the planet if they can possibly help it, so that big business can thrive again, because they were doing so poorly before. There are lots of issues and causes to me that says this is going to be a year that, while I can keep it in balance, I have to step out and make things happen for justice too. So for me, that's a good thing. As a Libra, I love to see that, because I'm like, hell yeah, I'm getting out there again. Here we go. What can we fight for this year? Right? Exactly. New subscriber, Happy New Year. Could I ask how you work out? Which is your card of the year? Sure, Caradwin. And hello, welcome. Your card of the year is your birthday. So mine is September 26th. I add up 9/26 plus the new year, which is 2000. It comes up to 2054. Then I add up 2 plus 5 plus 4 is 11. So for me, my card of the year is justice. If your number here is 22 or under, that is your card of the year. If it is 24, 25, you need to do it one more time. So if it was 24, it would be 6. If it was 25, it'd be 7. And then that is your tarot card for the year. Wheel of the Year, right? Is that what I said would be next, I believe? Wheel of the Year. See, now I say Wheel of the Year because to me, a lot of this is about this. What does that mean? Hi, Deb. Welcome. Wheel of Fortune. Wheel of Fortune means there are up times and down times. And we need to remember in the up times to plan for the down times. Okay? 3. Oh, that's a great one. 3 is a great card. 3 is the Empress. And I'll talk about the Empress in just a minute. The Wheel of the Year, though, talks about, so if we're having an uptime, if we're having an abundant, plentiful time, we need to remember, is it your year of birth? It is not, Rosie. It is, real quick, sorry. Your month, your date of birth, so mine is September 26th, plus 2019 for the year. So if you add up 9 plus 26 plus 2019, it's 2054. Then you add up 2 plus 5 plus 4 equals 11. And that is the Justice card. If it is over 23, if it's 23 or over, then you need to do it one more time. So it would be, if it was 23, you'd need to do 3 plus 2, which would be 5. If it's 22 or under, then that is your card. Get into your center and the turning of the wheel will not affect you much. That's true. That's okay, Rosie. That's true. If you're having an abundant time, just remember you have to kind of plan for the lean times. Plan for the times that things might not go so great. So sometimes that means financially. Sometimes that means emotionally. I know I started. Thank you, Lilith. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. That's a great idea. Yes, Wild Unknown, all of the numbers are the same, but Wild Unknown is not an RWS deck. So that is why 8 and 11 are switched. They're Marseille style decks. It's technically a pip deck, but it gives you a little hint. So Wheel of the Year, I know I talked a lot more kind of in the middle of the year about Furiously Happy. Jenny Lawson is an author who wrote a book called Furiously Happy. And that, it reminds me of this card. Furiously Happy she is a woman who has some mental illnesses, several, and she has found a way to live where when she's in her good times, she lives bombastically. She lives incredibly. She does all this weird and wacky and fun and wild things so that when she's in her downtime, when it's kind of a time of depression, she has all these things to think about getting back to. So she's a little wacky. She's a little off. She's a little out there. I love her. I think she's awesome. But she does all these things so that when she's depressed, she can go, oh yeah, okay, I'm depressed, but you know what? I do have some things to look forward to. You remember when we took that stuffed raccoon and we put it into a video that your husband was making about business stuff, and she does all this stuff that she can laugh about in the downtime. So that it reminds me of this card. It is an author called, her name is Jenny Lawson. She wrote several books. I have most of them now, I think. But the one I'm talking about is called Furiously Happy. And it's Jenny Lawson, Lawson. Great, great book. Great book. Highly recommend it. So when she's in the downtime, she does all this weird and wacky stuff so that she has something to think about when she's in the downtime to keep her going. So I think of that with the Wheel of the Year. You just have to remember to try to keep everything in perspective, because the Wheel of the Year changes can be happening, and it can be kind of up and down. And just remember that if you're in a downswing, it'll come back up again. If you're in an upswing, just plan, because it might come back down again for a while. So, like the wheel of the year, things go in cycles. Everything goes in cycles through the seasons, through our bodies, through our health, through our emotional periods, through everything. Everything follows this wheel of the year cycle. That's why, to me, paganism, or being a witch, is so important. Because we have all this, hi, Robbie. We have all this energy that we focus on all year long. And that is how life goes. That's how every single thing in our life goes. Is exactly with the wheel of the year. We have moments that we feel like we're in death, and then we have a rebirth and we start something new. Happy New Year to you all too. And then we go through shadow time where we're looking at things differently. And then the whole wheel of the year goes all the way through. You added wrong again. My number is 9. Oh, that's funny. James, that is the Hermit card. So you have a Hermit kind of year coming. Focus on yourself. Who did I say would be next? The Empress. I know somebody had the Empress. Nurturing, mothering. It is time. You are very welcome. I love that book. The Empress is a time for nurturing, for loving, and that includes yourself. Don't forget yourself. But nurturing, loving everything around you. It is a time, sometimes you get a new home because you're kind of nesting and making your home your own. It is a time to renew your spaces. It is you're welcome. It is a year to really focus on, it was reversed in your deck. Ooh, that's right. It is a time to focus on, if you're of age to give birth, it might be a year that you get pregnant. If not, you might get a new pet. You might find that you have to take care of someone in your life. A parent or an aging aunt or something like that. It is a nurturing time. And again, don't forget yourself in this nurturing time. Because it can be real easy as mothers, especially, I must admit, Mama Squirrel here, as mothers especially, we tend to take care of everyone else first. And sometimes we put ourselves last in line. Okay? So make sure that you're not putting yourself last in line with that. But it's a good year because it is a year that you feel like gathering family, like being close to your family, like nurturing the people who are around you. And you feel that coming back. Just make sure you're getting it back. Do the Hanged Man. Okay, the Hanged Man. Did we do this one already? A little bit. You're back. Dustin's back. You got homemade mac and cheese. Pass it over, Dustin. Okay, the Hanged Man. The Hanged Man is about self-sacrifice. It is about doing what has to be done in order to get what you want. You have to do what you have to do in order to get what you want, right? So I was saying for Dave, yummy, I'm on my way over. I love homemade mac and cheese. Of course, I'm lactose intolerant, but I can take pills for that. Cheese is fairly good to me as long as I'm good to it. Look at the Hanged Man's face. So does that Hanged Man look like he's upset about doing self-sacrifice? How do you know your year card? Hold on, I'll get right to you, Robbie, I promise. He does not. He does not look like he's upset about doing the self-sacrifice. So it's not like it's something awful. It is just a way to understand that maybe you have to do some stuff that you kind of have to plod along. I was saying with Dave that for me, I know if I had this card this year, I want to start my witchy business. I want to start my witchy shop. But if I got this card this year, I might say, okay, this is probably not the year to venture out and do the witchy shop. It is the year to plod along in my job, which I love my job. And for the most part, I like what I do. It's not the love of my life. It's not like saying, this is what I want to do with my life. But it pays the bills and it pays my health insurance. So for a while, I might have to self-sacrifice. I might have to do what I have to do in order to get to be where I want to be eventually. So there's some self-sacrifice in it this year. Again, that does not mean it's a shit year, though. Don't forget that he's not really all that upset about self-sacrificing. He's really like, okay, I understand. I understand that by doing this, I get to a place that I really want to be. So it's kind of a year of plodding along, making progress, getting to where you want to be. While you're hanging there this year, though, you can also think about, what direction do I want to go to? When I get off of this post here, and it's time for me to begin again, which direction do I want to go in? Do I want to start saving for something coming, for a retirement? Do I want to start saving for this new education that I want? Do I want to start thinking about what direction I want to go in? It's a year to evaluate, while you're self-sacrificing, your directions. Which way are we going this year? How should we get there? Death card. I know I've seen it a couple times. And I know everybody's worried about the death card, right? I had the death card a few years ago. And it's not a bad card. Sorry. Okay, so the death card. The death card talks about change. Change that is, that's right, transfiguration. Change that starts from the inside and slowly changes your outsides. So when I look at this card, I always think of, hold on, where's my glasses? I always think of, I want to see. I always think of the little kid here. So here we have, see the dead person here. And death is coming to collect. And here we have this little kid looking up at death. And the little kid does not seem very scared to me. And for me, Happy New Year to you. Yay! For me, I always thought, you know what? Maybe death isn't that scary when you're young, because it's just something different. It's something that we're not used to. It's something that we're not expecting usually. Usually, death means something that is about to change. There's a new thing coming. In order for that new thing to come, we have to purge what isn't needed, what we're not using. So in the physical realm, death is purging this body that we've been using. In the metaphysical, spiritual realm, death is purging the shit that we don't need to hang on to. Sometimes it's actual metaphysical. It's actual manifested stuff. Sometimes we have to really clear out our house because we have collected stuff, or we have gotten stuff into. Does it start with 1 being full? No, 1 is the magician, 22 is the fool, Maddie. It is, yes, getting rid of the old stagnant. That's right, exactly. It is just clearing stuff out that we don't need anymore. It is dropping the baggage that we have been hanging on to because we thought we needed it. And it is making way for all this new shit that couldn't come into our lives before because we were carrying all this baggage. We couldn't fit anything else. So it is about evaluating, what is it I can get rid of? What is it? And sometimes, I'll be honest with you, it's not an easy change. Sometimes you're like, no, I love this bag. This is my favorite bag. It's an awesome bag. And I bought it and it costs a lot of money and I really love it. And I don't really use it because it was so expensive. I'm afraid to break it. But I love this bag. And I don't want to get rid of it. But life is saying, okay, but I have this other really cool thing and you can't carry it because you already have all this shit you're carrying around. Altars on ruts flying like rabbits. I know, Dave. I don't know how you walk in your house anymore. It is really about making way for the new. About looking in the mirror and saying, do I like what I see? Because if I don't, this is the year. This is the year to drop all the crap that you don't want anymore. To pull up the stuff that you think, maybe I really am supposed to be doing this. Maybe there's something that spiritually I think will enlighten me more that I was afraid to do before because I was carrying around all this shit from before. So now is the time to step forward into my truth and say, hell yeah, here I am. Let's do this shit. Okay? Death. It's a good card. It's not always an easy card, but it's a good card. Okay, who's next? You're welcome. You did not just say that. Rosie, you are not 14. And he's 21. You're welcome. You are so welcome. I really love the death card, but I've been through it several times. Oh, they're cards. Whew, whew. I'm like, no, that is not possible. Okay. Where are we? Who's next? Our cards of the year. Thank you, Rosie. I was like, I am not crazy. I know damn well you are not 14. Okay. Me. Okay. So, Robbie, what card are you, honey? Yep, I got that fear too, Jen. Good. Yay. The Hermit. Okay. I love the Hermit card. The Hermit card is my birth card, though. So, I have lived with the Hermit card all my life. So, number 9 is the Hermit. And the poor mama had a breakdown. I know, right? I was like, okay, how am I going to say this and be polite about it? Are you fucking kidding me? Death card is a good one. Yay, my deck. There is no death card. It's called Transfiguration. Yay. Could you do the Wheel of Fortune? I did the Wheel of Fortune for you, honey. I did do it. And I think I did it specifically for you when you asked. I'll touch on it again, but okay, so the Hermit. The Hermit card, I love the Hermit card. You know why? Your face was priceless. I'm sure. This is one I don't want to go back and watch because I'm going to be like, no, that cannot be. I love the Death card and the Devil card. They're so misunderstood. Yes, they are so misunderstood. Okay. Hermit. The Hermit card means that's okay. No problem, Caradwin. I did not do the Sun card. And you got the Sun card? I love these people who get the Sun card and the Star card and stuff. I'm like, oh, you lucky bastards. The Hermit card, though. Let me do this before I squirrel out on y'all. The Hermit card is permission to do this. It's all about me. This year is all about me. It's not. It's all about you, whoever's the Hermit card. But the Hermit card says it is time to look inwards, to pull everything back. Now, that doesn't mean that you have... Okay, I hate my internet. This year, my New Year's resolution is to get better internet. I just heard a whole bunch of fireworks. It's not New Year's yet, right? No, it's only 8:30. Okay, I'm doing okay. To pull inwards and to look inwards and to make some of your life about you. Now, again, that does not mean you can be selfish and say, fuck everybody else. That always catches you with the best look on your face. I know, right? It's awful. And I got to look at it until it comes back on, which is why I'm always like, oh, come on. This is horrible. Why us justice, my birth card? I don't know anything about the law. The Hermit card asks you to go on a journey with yourself this year, to look at what direction you're going in, to do some things for you and about you, to look inward and to evaluate what you see there. It is about, thank you, Justin, I appreciate it. It is about taking me time, and this year especially, looking at what path you have been traveling. So see the lantern here? Shine some light on the path that you have traveled. Kind of look down the road a bit and see where you came from. Then turn around and shine that light in front of you and decide which direction you're going in. It could be that you need to change directions a little, that you have hit a fork in the road that is now going to be telling you to go a little bit off to the left or a little bit off to the right. And in order to know which direction you are going in, you really need to know yourself. So it is a little bit about 4 days on the mountain, fasting and talking to the spirit, what my brain says. Yes, exactly. It is a little bit about saying it's all about me. It is a little bit about, I thought there was going to be squirrels. Well, sorry, Gray, not today. About making your life what you want your life to be. It is a little bit about evaluating the path that you have been on this journey and deciding where you want to go. That lantern is there so that you can look ahead a little bit, that when you look in the mirror, maybe you can see a couple of those wrinkles that you normally try to ignore and realize that they're there for a reason, that you learned something. This wrinkle means I learned something about me. And I'm going to use that to decide what direction I'm going to go in. I'm Hermit, birth priestess. Wow, trying to figure it out. Awesome. Awesome, awesome. So it is kind of a license to say, you know what? It is all about me. It's not selfishly, but introspectively, at least looking at yourself and deciding who you want to be. Which direction do you feel like your path should be going? And is it kind of heading in that direction? If not, it's time to spend some me time, some quality me time, and decide which way that is. Which way do I want to see it? My lucky number is 3 and 9. Oh, that's good, Johnny. A fork in the road, because when you reach one, you go, oh, fork, what do I need to do now? That's right. Oh, fork, what do I do now? Exactly. And you want to lift that lantern as high as you can before you decide, and pull in as much information about yourself, where you've been, and where you can see you're going before you decide. So it's not quite the oh, fork moment, right? Okay, so let me, for those of you who just came in recently, I'm going to tell you real quick again, this is how you calculate your birth year. Your birth year is your birth month minus September. So that's the month of 9. 9, I'm September 26th. So 9 plus 26 plus 2019. Which for me calculates out 2019 plus 26 plus 9 is, 2054. So 2 plus 5 plus 4 is 11. 11 is the Justice card. If this number at the end is 22 or lower, then you're done. You stop. That's your number. If it is 23 or higher, then you need to break it down one more time. If it's 23, it would be 2 plus 3. And that is going to be your birth card. 14 is Temperance. That's right. You're all are making me think of RuPaul when you keep saying squirrels. His classic is, hey, squirrel friends. Robbie, they call me Mama Squirrel because I can get distracted a little bit, somewhat, okay, a lot, by the chat. So they call me Mama Squirrel. The Hierophant. That was so cringy. The Hierophant is a great card. Now, I have to say this, so our birthday and our month plus 2019, exactly, that's it. And it breaks down to, if it breaks down to 22 or under, that's your number. If it breaks down to 23 or over, you need to break it down one more time. The Hierophant is a card that I do not love in the Rider-Waite deck because it's all popey looking. And to me, when I think of the Hierophant, I don't think of the popey looking Hierophant. Now, I will say that the Hierophant in the Rider-Waite deck is about the spiritual rules. It is about the spiritual guide for you that tells you how to live. So it's for us, for me as a pagan, for us as witches, for us as spiritual people who maybe not be following exactly the Christian path that you were born into. What I picture when I picture the Hierophant card, I love the Hierophant card. A lot of people get blocked by it, but to me, I hear Hierophant and I think shaman. Because to me, a spiritual guide, a spiritual leader is someone that I can look up to tell me how I should live my spiritual life. So to me, the Hierophant means one of two things. The Hierophant is a year card, means spiritual growth to me. First of all, it means you should be finding your path this year. You should be exploring the areas in spirituality that you are interested in and that you feel drawn to. And find yourself a shaman, a spiritual guide, a spiritual leader, a spiritual guru from that path that you want to be on, that you can follow. Follow is the wrong word. That you can ask advice to, that can tell you a basic direction of where to go. For me, spirituality means what feels right for me, what makes me a better person. Don't find a guru, don't join a cult, right? What I want to find someone who is close to the path that I'm on, that has been on the path, the same path that I've been on for longer than me. So I can say to them, hey, I've run into this thing. You're a shaman, Queen Jen. Hexen, I love you. Thank you. And I hope that I can be that for some people. Any connection if my 2019 and my birth card are the same? Ooh, it just means a wham, bam, that kind of year. What was your card, Steph? See, now I'm distracted. Squirrel. My dad and mom fought. Time to spritz them with Florida water. don't leave me hanging. What's your card? Now I'm going to be thinking about that. Your birth card is death. That's okay, Andrea. That's a good card. Transfiguration, Chariot. Woo, girl. It is all about control for you this year then. And that is a double shot of control. So to me, that means go wherever the hell you want to go because you are able to control that this year with a double dose of control. So do what you want. Really make it happen this year. Okay, so the Hierophant though, Chariot, keep it on the path. That's right. You don't even, with a double dose, you don't even need the reins. You could just think, you want the horses to go this way? Go this way. Now, that doesn't mean it's going to be easy. You have to get spiritually, mentally, and physically to the point where you can do that. But you have it in you. The Hierophant. Find that spiritual mentor. Find that spiritual guide. Find the path that you want to be on spiritually. What fulfills you? What makes you feel connected to your higher power, to your deity, to your greater than thou? And seek that out. Steph goes nude. Seek that out. Seek that out specifically to either you want to find yourself a shaman. Thanks to all you guys that Maddie Ritual helped a lot in helping me recover. Either, you're so sweet, Hexen. Your energy is just the best. I just love your energy. Anyways, either you need to find yourself a spiritual shaman, a leader who has been on the path that you want to be on longer than you have, or you need to make yourself that spiritual shaman. And yes, that can happen. You can be your own spiritual shaman. What does that mean? It means you have to learn to trust yourself. What do I say? 18 times a session, guys. If it's right for you, it's right. Right? You can be your own spiritual advisor. You have to learn to trust yourself. And if the Hierophant is your card, then one of two things is going to happen for you this year. All about intent. Yay! You are either going to find that someone for you that can at least guide you on the road that you've been looking for, or you're going to become that for yourself. And either way is okay. If you're not ready to be that for yourself, then seek one out. You will find someone this year. If you are ready to take that on for yourself, then just learn to trust yourself. Learn to trust your intuition. Learn to trust your being. You know it inside of you. You have it. Do it. Be it. Learn it. Be a sponge. That's one of the things I say all the time is I'm a sponge. I want to learn. You will never hear me stand here and say, no, that's wrong. Which brings up another point. I don't know how many okay, there's 63 on. So something happened that last night in our live that I wanted to touch on really quickly. And I want to do it in a very respectful and reverent way. But we were discussing something. I kind of am pussyfooting around this, and I need to not do that. So here goes. We were discussing Yamaya, who is a goddess that I have not worked with, that I have suddenly had a very big calling to work with her. And so we were talking about, spit it out, I know, right? We were talking about Yamaya, and someone came in here who had very strict ideals on what she believes Yamaya is, and that is okay. And I will say this was Oya's girl, Queen Aset, who I have to preface this by saying I have a deep, deep amount of respect for Oya's girl, for Queen Aset. I think that she is an incredible leader in what she teaches, and she teaches that, and she is very into that, and she has been following Oya for a very long time, and she was brought up into that religion. So I can see where she feels that she is an authority on it. I totally get that. But what happened was Hexen was talking about Yamaya because he has experience with Yamaya also. And she kind of shut him down. She said, first of all, I think she said, that's not how you spell it. Then she said, no, you can't do that for Yamaya. Yamaya doesn't like that. No, she didn't. Now I'm saying this respectfully. Be nice. What I'm saying is that here in my channel, I don't teach that way. And so I felt bad when we got off of that because I did not stick up for Hexen and for the people that I love as much as I would have. But because Queen Osset is a pillar in the community, and believe me, I still respect her and I love her, but she teaches differently from me. And because this is my channel, I really should have taken over and said, you know what, that's not how I teach. When I teach, what do I teach? If it feels right, it's right. If it feels right for you, it's right. She does have her mindset. And some people, and I've talked about that before, and more power to them. Some people, like I've talked about Lori Cabot. I love Lori Cabot. Love Lori Cabot. But she is one of those Gardnerian witches that will tell you there's a wrong way to do this and there's a right way to do this, and you do not do it the wrong way. And so I take what I know to be true from Lori Cabot, and I leave the rest because some of her stuff doesn't work for me. And I don't want anyone in my group to feel like something that they do is not correct, because that's not how I work. When I say, if something feels right for you, it's right for you. I want you to meditate on it. I want you to work on it. I don't want you to just try things because you think maybe, but I want you to actually do things and feel out, is that right for you? And if that's right for you, then it's right. One of the things she said was, I was talking about Aphrodite because she is a similar kind of goddess, and I actually have a statue of Aphrodite that I haven't really used because I haven't connected to her. So for me, it never was Aphrodite. And this was last night, Carmen. And she was like, nope, you can't use that for Yamaya. And I just kind of went, oh, okay. So anyway, and I just went on, and I kind of saw in chat that Hexen was like, what? This was Queen Osset, Oya's girl, who, again, I have to say, and I really do, I truly mean this, that I love her. I think she's great. But that's not how I teach. And so for me, then I immediately felt bad because I did not stick up for Hexen, and I just kind of went over it. Because I respect Oya's girl, Queen Osset. I totally respect her and everything she does. But this is my channel. And so I really needed to say that tonight to be able to say that's not how I teach. I respect her. If that works for her, that's awesome. But that may not be what works for me. It may not be what works for Hexen. It may not be what works for you. So I just wanted you all to know that I think he forgives me too. As a matter of fact, Hexen and I talked about it as soon as the live ended, which I was so glad about because I felt so funny about it right away. And I don't know if anybody else caught it besides Hexen and I, but I really kind of just glossed over it, and I thought, no, I shouldn't have done that. This is my channel. I should have said, wait a second. You know what? It's okay. You might believe this, and you may have grown up with this belief, and that is awesome for you. But for me and for others, they have grown up in a different way, or they have found that this works for them. So am I, hold on, way behind here now. Sorry. Hugs, Jen. Thank you. You teach with love, Jen, not with aggressive behavior. And then I do. That's, you saw it in your, well, see, it's not like I can hide stuff from you. Yeah, I'll support you also, Jen. It's your channel. You do what you feel is best. That's why I withdrew so much from chat last night. Oh, see, and I should know better. I know that you guys all know me. So some people just do everything strictly by the book. That's not how we roll in the squirrel world. That's right. She can go fuck up some people's purity on her own channel. Absolutely. It's not what you say, but how you say. Your face when she said that, she shot you down and you looked so sad. I felt so bad. And I have to say, Jen, you're a beautiful energy. We are always learning. Good. And that's what I want. That is so what I want. Because I foster that open communication, that I want you guys to say, hey, what if I did something this way? And I say, awesome. Did it work for you? Did it feel right? Awesome. Do that. I don't have any problem with that whatsoever. And I want to make sure that I am fostering that in all of you, because that's what I believe. And because this is my channel, I need to stand up more and say, okay, that might be right for you. And I appreciate that you have experience from your end of the sea. But from this end, we're a little different. And it's okay. She's awesome at what she does. That's right. And she's well educated in her path. But I believe that any Orisha, Loa, spirit, or goddess, or God will be thankful for what you offer as long as you honor them. That's right. And as long as what you are doing is for their benefit and for your own benefit, to learn and to connect with that deity, with that energy, awesome. Use whatever the hell you want. My whole thrifting thing is about taking something that was used for something else and making it witchy now. So if I wasn't able to do that, then I would need to be one of those rich witches that, has the perfect athame that I bought for, for $800 online. And I have to have the perfect statue for every holiday. And that's not how I roll. And you all know that. So I believe that similar gods between different cultures are the same gods or goddesses. Example, Greek Aphrodite and the Egyptian Min, yes, are the same, but just called different names. Absolutely. Why was the tissue paper dancing had a little boogie in it? Okay, Ted, thank you. I'm new to the community, always searching. Everyone has been beautiful. Good. I'm really glad, and I'm glad you're here then, for sure. There is no one right way spiritually, and connection to deity is very personal and intimate. Absolutely. I can only do what feels good to me, not someone else, or would not be enjoyable to me. I love and respect your teachings. Good. Absolutely. And that's how I feel. And I just wanted to make sure I brought that up. And again, with all due respect, because I know that Queen Aset has grown up in that religion. And so the way she was taught is that this is what works. And it's funny, I almost can connect with that on some level, because as a Catholic, I can't tell you how long it took me to see things differently. When you're a Catholic, you go to religious education. The nuns teach you throughout your entire, childhood, and you know exactly what the answer to every question is. And there is a right and a wrong answer. And so it takes a long time to get away from that traditional thinking, to say, okay, wait, this might not be exactly how it works for me. And that's okay. We don't all have to work the same way. As a newbie to the craft and honoring deities, that kind of approach can be very off-putting. Like, if I don't have the exact things, I'm not worthy of being a witch honoring that deity. Exactly. 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 In paganism, what feels right is right. That's exactly right. And that's why I started my channel. Because I don't want that, control over me. I think a lot of people are turning to paganism because that religious background that we all grew up in was diminutive and felt, like you were in a box. And I was like, get me the hell out of this box. I have so much more spirituality than you're letting me have, that I have way more to give. So I'm doing it my way. And here we are, right? Your approach makes me feel adequate and worthy and just as good as everyone else. So thank you, Jen. You are welcome. And that's all I ever want to do, is encourage you all to walk your path your way. So I just wanted to make sure I brought that up again, because I felt really weird about that after last night. So brainwashed and guilt and fear. Yep. It was hard for me to walk away and deprogram myself. There you go, Carol, for sure. Yes, eclectic witch. Yes, yes, yes. Angela, that is why I have struggled. Shit. I hate when the chat moves. So much on this path. Absolutely. Yes, I love that there's no right or wrong. Absolutely. Also, usually the less material possessions that you have, the deeper the spiritual journey, right? Exactly. My culture blood has called me. Yay. Yes, thank you, Jen. That is why I call myself a wizard. Wizard is wise one. Perfect, right, Dave? And if you, it kills me that some people, I think you were the one, Dave, that some people were telling you that wizard was the wrong term and that you weren't a wizard or something. And I'm like, who the fuck are you? Who are you to say what I am? I know what I am. And if you don't want to acknowledge that, then sorry for you, Yes, former Catholic, still every time when I sit at a bench, I want to kneel. Yes, Lillian, right? Don't you always? I always am looking for the kneel thing, or you're kind of scooching down to try to kneel. Absolutely. Angela, oh, I'm so far back. I'm sorry, you guys. This community helps us all get into our own power. Yes, 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 yes. Ashley, that is why I put off joining the path for so long, but then I found Jen and all of you. Yay! I love that you all found your own path. And that's what I try to teach you all, is to find your own path and to follow your own path, for sure. I will help you in any way I can. I will tell you what works for me and give you some suggestions to try, but you have to try them. That's why the year and a day thing, I don't agree with you have to study for a year and a day before you can ever try to do a spell. Are you kidding me? I'm sorry, but you know me, you know my squirrel brain. I would never last a year and a day, like studying all this shit and not trying it. I would be bored out of my mind. You have to try it or you wouldn't know what works for you. That's so weird. Okay, I'm so behind. I'm sorry. I'm trying to catch up. I was strictly private solitary practitioner before I met this online group. Yay! We're glad to have all of you. We always had a screech owl and mourning doves in our backyard during my childhood. Could both Lilith and Astarte have been calling me? Absolutely, for sure. Absolutely. There's more than one way to stir a spoon. Absolutely. I had a pretty rough year last year and fell out of touch with my craft. Coming back into such a welcoming and supportive community, I'm starting to feel more, feels like coming home. Lilith. Yes. And that's what I want. Because when I found that, when I decided to just be solitary and do my own thing, that's why I started my channel, is because I thought, you know what, there's other people out there that need to be told, it's okay. Do what you want. Do you feel connected to your goddess, to your gods, to your deities, to your nature, to your universe? Then do that. Why? For goodness sake, why would anyone tell you to not do that? Does it connect you to what you feel is power? Do that. Please do that. You and your channel are educational and amazing. I appreciate that you put in the time, love, and energy. You are the reason that I'm on my path today. Oh, that's so sweet. I love hearing that. Thank you very much. That's why I do that, is for that reason. If you look, there was a video like why I'm on this path or something. And that to me says exactly that. It says why I do this, because I feel great on this path. I love this path. I love that I feel connected to goddess and nature and my spirituality. And I want everyone to feel as good as this is. I want everyone to connect. So You know, that's why I'm here. Yes, and they told me I had to be part of the group and abide by their rules. And held to the no. Yes, yes, no. For sure. I like our collective energy. Me too. The entities are universal. I love it. I must have missed this. I'm so glad that you all are connecting. I really, when I hear may the force be with you, I'm always want to say, and also with you. Yes. Catholic Mass forever and ever and ever. Yes. Jen, you have such great energy. Thank you. I really appreciate that a lot. For sure. Because Gandalf, the mesmerizing rainbow of wisdom, is a wizard. He got the hat. How could he be anything but a wizard with that hat, right? I know. Dave is a wizard. Of course he's a wizard. Hello? How can somebody even think of saying he's not? Duh. The Aussie in the witch group didn't let me grow. Had too many rules. I can't deal with all the rules. Does it work for you? Then it works. It works. It works. We can incorporate Christian practices to our own craft. Absolutely. For sure. I have a Mary. Come on. I still was Catholic. Of course I use Mary on some of my altars. I loved Mary. I still connect with Mary. That doesn't mean I have to throw her out. Okay. So my garden is my altar. It has brought me to tarot and the force. Awesome. Perfect. Catherine, I love that idea of repurposing. Damn it. My chat jumped. What idea? What did I get? Love you too, Hexen. Bye if I missed you. All right. If you want to be in an organized religion and you want someone else to tell you what to believe, that's great. But not all of us want to play that game. Yes. So much yes. Spirituality is a personal thing, for sure. It is our right to choose which way we want to go. Yes. Justin, you are very welcome. You are welcome here anytime. And we have a Facebook group. I don't know if you're in the Facebook group. If you are, I'm sorry. Sometimes I am a little squirrely. But we do have a Facebook group. You're welcome to join that. Because we have a lot of fun on that also, and we help each other out a lot. I hope so. I'm feeling this year is my year. Yay, I love that. All right. Am I caught up? Not really, but I'm close, right? I love your channel. So anxious to see more, learn more. Good. Because you know what? Thank you, Angela. I appreciate it. I knew you were going to come up with that. That's the Facebook group. My parents are so controlling, and when I told them, they signed me up for church counselor. Well, I'm very sorry about that. And I have lots to say that I will not say. I have grown up so much with Jen's help and others in my family. I hope so. I would, you know, it takes everything I have sometimes to button my mouth and shut up because I am kind of a big mouth. Thank you, Catherine. What I will say is I really wish that everyone had the kind of support at home that they deserve. And I'm not sure if anyone had the kind of support that I want everyone to have, but I hope that that in time, your parents can learn to accept that you have found something spiritually that connects you to the universe like you've never connected before. And so, hopefully in time, I think a lot of times as a parent, we are just worried that our kids are into something that will hurt them or something that, like, you know, being a witch, that sounds like you're in a cult. My mother didn't get it, and I was married, so I was older already, and my mother didn't get it for a long time either. But after she saw the commitment and the fact that I was happier and the fact that I don't know, you start to live your life like you're connected to the universe, and that makes a big difference in the outward you. And so because of that, suddenly maybe it's not such a big deal. You know, maybe this witch thing isn't that bad. And I think, for one thing, I don't think I said witch to my mother for a long time, a very long time. I think I said I was pagan, because that's a little bit more of a not in your face term. I said I was pagan. And then after a while, it was like, yeah, I'm a witch. So what? Get over it. Wish that everyone could have a mom and dad like mine. Our home was always open to anyone and every belief. And I was with my boys. So I hope that they will continue that with their own children. And that's all we can do, is do the best we can with ours, right? Which, yes, there's still a huge stigma associated. Yes, absolutely. Yes, yes, yes. They make fun of me. They say, put a damn hex on us and see if your little demon worshiping stuff works. That's such a teeny little piece of what we're about. I hate that everybody goes to that. Kind of sucks. My mother was... Boy, you guys go so fast. My mother was not okay for about a week. Now she finds witchy things for me, picks up feathers, saves her eggshells, buys me witchy gifts, let me read tarot. See? And eventually they kind of get over it. They're like, okay, this is really you. It's not a phase. It's not a, something that you're going to drop in a year because you got over it. Once they realize that, then they start to accept it. I'm 45 now. My mother still thinks it's the devil's work. Well, Shelby, that really sucks. I'm sorry. I use pagan and earth-based. I said that all the time. It's an earth-based religion. Didn't the ancient Romans think of and treat Christianity as a cult religion? Yes, that's true. Very good point. Growing up with spirits everywhere, having parents that support you is so important, because that shit can get scary. Yes, Jez, I know. I forget that you grew up like that too. I almost didn't have a choice. When my son was born a medium, it was like, okay, let's figure out what the hell's going on. And that's ultimately, that's what led me to this path, is to figure out how I could help him. They wanted me to put him in like all this on psychoanalyzing drugs and all that kind of crap. So would you stop? No, go away. So anyways, thank you, Jen. Have such beautiful energy. Thank you, 2019. Can't wait for your inspiration. Yay. Okay, so I'm going to skip ahead because it's been an hour and a half. Holy moly, guys. I can't believe it's been an hour and a half already. It's been a great session. I do want to say my son is very intuitive. Yes, absolutely. Constitutional amendments don't apply to people under 18. Oh, I hate that. Hate that. And that, unfortunately, that's true. But they still can't change who you are on the inside. So just be who you are when you can. Do the best you can with what you have to do. That hanged man kind of principle. You kind of have to do what you have to do in order to do what you want to do, right? So you just do the best you can. Watch me when you can. Make a little altar out of an Altoids tin. I have a picture that I was going to post in the group for you today, as a matter of fact, and then I forgot that you're not on Facebook, so I didn't post it. But I will try to make a little quick Altoid tin altar so I can show you for next time, for tomorrow. Okay, so I just wanted to talk really quickly about, thank you so much, about the upcoming year. What's coming up for us this year as a group? I want us to be active in our community, in this community and in our communities at large. Those of us who are out of the broom closet, who are able to stand up and be who we are in the outside world as a whole, we can do more. The fact, I posted an article today that said they think there are more pagans, more witches, more nature-based religious people than there are Protestants in the United States right now. That's pretty cool. And I have been saying for a long time that I think there's an awakening happening. I think there's an awakening coming, that people are going to go to more nature-based, more earth-based traditions and away from the broom closet broom closet. The traditional church, you know, patriarchal religions. And because of that, we need to represent our community. The earth needs us. We need to stand out there. And I want to make clear, I do not mean if you need to be in the broom closet, then you need to be in the broom closet. And that is where you're at. And sometimes there is nothing that you can do to break out of that right now. And I certainly understand that. I know that there are places that you just kind of have to be there, and that's okay. So I do not mean to do that. But for those of us who are out of the broom closet, we are needed. And we are needed in our communities, and we are needed in this community. And we are needed to stand up and say, yeah, you know what? I am a witch. Maybe we don't want to use that term yet because people see that as a stop. But I'm not shying away from it. I do say I'm an eclectic pagan witch. That's how I call myself. That's how I identify, as an eclectic pagan, and I am a witch. Because of this awakening, we need to be able to stand up and be counted, though. If you are out of the broom closet, we should be in our communities, doing things in our communities as a pagan. And that's going to become more and more important for the people who are still in the broom closet. For them to be able to step out of that broom closet means we're going to have to stand up in our day-to-day lives and say, yeah, I'm a pagan. Because you know what? Most people already know a pagan. They may just not know that they know a pagan. At 45, my father, rest his soul, on his deathbed told me to read the Bible. Don't discount the Bible. He said, I don't think he ever read the Bible. To honor his wishes, I listened to it on CD. Well, good for you. Then you honored him. That's good. Neo-pagan wizard. Perfect. I have to tell you, I have 2 squirrels running all over my garden. They are so cool. Yay, squirrels. Yes, help each other out literally. I expect to, and I am going to commit as my New Year's resolution, I am going to commit to doing 3 community activities as a pagan out in the real world, because I'm out of the broom closet. So what does that mean? I'm committing to 3, and I want those viewers who are out there who are out of the broom closet, I want you to try to commit to doing at least 2. If I can do 3, you can do at least 2. To commit to doing some kind of community activist kind of project out in your world. Does that mean feeding people at the local mission? Going and serving? Volunteering at a hospice center? If you're a Reiki person, hospice centers are looking for Reiki people all the time to go and sit with the dying. Picking up trash? Absolutely. You could... there are so many things. So I'm going to start coming up with suggestions, and I want you all to come up with suggestions, and I want to see what you have in mind. I'm going to show you what I'm doing. Yay, Happy New Year. I can't do Facebook. Yes, I will do it. Yay, good for you. I'm going to show you when I do something, what I've done. And I think if you are planning on coming to Tarot Stock, we can maybe do one of those things during Tarot Stock to do out in this community. Take up your broom and sweep up your park. Perfect. Absolutely. And do it as a pagan. And if you can't do that, if you are still in the broom closet, do it anyways. But do it quietly in your own way, and just know that you did something in the community. And then later on, when you're ready, pagan group for AIDS walk, absolutely. I'm thinking about starting an actual pagan activist group in my community for that reason. We also had the tradition of doing Yule Christmas to bring in straw goat. Awesome. I always clean up after the litter bugs in the neighborhood. Awesome. That's okay. And you can practice internally too. If you're not ready to be out of the broom closet, that's okay. I think I need to come out of the broom closet better. It's hardly a secret, but it's not exactly public. And Thomas, that's up to you. If you're ready, then go ahead. If you want some support, let us know. We'll all be here. If you can't, though, don't feel bad. It's okay. It's okay. I want you to understand that I'm not telling you, pushing you out of that closet. Some people have to be in that closet for a while, and that's okay. Don't feel bad. But I want us eventually to be able to be out of the closet, and that's not going to happen unless we can show, yay, you never cared. Who knew if I practiced? If they said I was weird, I simply said, thank you. There's that look again. I know. That's never going to happen. We are never going to be able to stand up in our truth, all of us, unless other people can look at the truth of who we are and say, you know what? That's ridiculous. Eventually, they, meaning the outside world, will get to a point where they say, yeah, she's pagan, so what? I don't think she's all that much different from me. I don't think that she's all that much different from my people. I don't think that she's all that much different. I don't think that they're all that much different. We're still people. We're still, you know, if we want our image to change, we have to go out there and change it. We have to be open enough and honest enough in our truth to say, yeah, I'm a pagan. And guess what? I'm helping out our community. I am being in this space as a pagan. So, yay. If you can, I want to see that. I want to see. You're not going to. Indeed, the Bible is an allegory story of the solar system. Absolutely. Absolutely. I want to see what your ideas are. I was so concerned about what my coworkers would say, and none of them had one bad word to say about me wearing a pentagram. See? See stuff? I'm telling you. And when I remember, now, like I say, I've never been in the closet. I've never been in the closet completely. I did not really talk about it. I just kind of did my thing and went home, and I was not really involved with my coworkers. Anyways, I always had my own deal. With 4 kids, you don't really have a whole lot of friendships when they're younger. So it was not a big deal. If they asked me, I would tell them. But adopt a spot things on the side of the road. That's a great idea, Dave. I just wouldn't say anything. And when I started talking about it, I think what started is I started bringing tarot cards. And actually, the job that I'm in, I brought my tarot cards with me. And this wasn't the first time I had told people at work. But I was in North Carolina. When I told people at work at North Carolina, people who are still friends to this day, who are highly Bible Belt, evangelical Christian people, that we do not agree on everything spiritually, but who I'm very close to. I have a couple friends still from down there that will stay in my house when they come up to New York, who I just adore, that accept me even though I'm not the same as them, because they see I'm a good person. They know me. They know me. It's still me. I'm just a pagan me. So it should not be that much of a big, you'd be surprised at how little of a big deal it is now. When I brought out my tarot cards at the job I'm in now, they were all like, oh, do you read tarot? Oh, and that's always a big one. That's one way that you can kind of start talking about it without going right into it. And then I found out a girl at work was a pagan too. And she left like 2 months after I got there, which really sucked because she wanted to do this basically out in the community. And so I never really got to know her. But it was like, hey, there are other people out there. There are more of us than we think. I disagree. The same limitations that are supposed to keep Christian preaching out of schools also keeps other faiths out of schools. I would argue no religion should be taught in school. That goodness should be the only thing that matters to others. That's right. They knew me for about 6 months before I wore it. So then they had no justification to change their opinion. That's right. What about not being on Facebook? Willie, you don't have to be on Facebook. You can comment here in any of our videos and we can keep up with you that way. Is there a reason you're not on Facebook though? I know a lot of people don't like Facebook and I understand that. But if you start this Facebook group is a private group, so nobody knows you're in it. But I certainly understand if it's not something that you're comfortable with, then that's okay. You can message on here. It's just harder to go back and forth if you don't do videos. If you do videos, then do a couple videos on it. You don't have to have a Facebook. It's just the easiest way that we've found to keep up with each other. If you do videos, then I'd like to see a video on what you plan to do. If you don't do videos, then comment on this video down below. If it's a world religion class, that's completely understandable. Yes, I had a problem with public schools and paganism too, but that's a long story too. I think all religions should be included in school, paganism, Wicca. Yes. Yep. My Dave just said, she said doo-doo. I will do. Good. Thank you. YouTube is pretty much the only social media I have. That's okay then. You can comment down here. No problem. All right. So I hope everyone has a great new year. I really do want you to think about what we can do in our communities to raise people's awareness of the fact that we're just people. We're just people who believe in spiritually in good things. It just may not be your beliefs. That doesn't mean they're wrong. I always feel like, okay, you guys, you're Christian, but you don't like persecute the Jewish people, do you? And if you do, then I don't really give a shit about you and I don't want to know you anyway. But, oh, the sun card, Okay, so I'll tell you, the sun card is like one of the best cards you can get in the deck. I'll do this real quick because, whew, I'm whooped. It's one of the best cards you can get in the deck. It is all about sunshine and rainbows for you this year. Sun is a happy, yippee, love it. I just dropped all my cards, damn it. It's a great kind of year. Does that mean everything is going to go your way this year? No. That never happens. But it means that on the whole, you can expect to have a really good year. Things could go your way that you didn't expect to go your way. So be on the lookout for opportunities to make that happen. And naked babies on horses. Exactly. And naked babies with creepy baby faces on horses. But sun is lots of opportunity. Lots and lots of opportunity to go good places. If you did not get your card read tonight and you still would like me to take a look at your year of the year card, I will be back on tomorrow. You're welcome to come back on tomorrow if you want your year of the year card explained a little. All right. I love you guys. It's been 1 hour and 49. I hope you have a very, very happy new year. And we will be talking more and more about our community and what we can do out in the community. Okay? I'm so happy to be here, and I hope my internet is giving up on me. So I hope that you all have a very, very happy new year. And I will be back on tomorrow at some point. I do have the day off, so it may be during the day or something. I'm not sure. Depends on how I feel tomorrow, I guess. I got a lot to do. I'm taking down my Yule altar tomorrow and putting up some other stuff, but I will be on. So I love you all. I'm glad I'm here for you. That's why I do this. I'm glad that you like it. I'm glad that you enjoy it. You are welcome, and I love you guys. Blessings.